What is going on, everybody? Out in the garage because it's one of my favorite places to be. Was just about to wipe down the GTP. So before I do that, there's just a couple of things I wanted to touch on. So obviously, if you watch my other videos, you all know that the rear head gasket is going out. So that needs to get fixed soon. And actually, I talked to my friend's brother, my friend who helped me fix or actually put together the engine on this, who has done probably about 90% helping me out on this. So his brother is going to help me do the head gaskets. Well, he is actually going to do it because I don't really feel comfortable doing it, and because I'm like a kind of inexperienced mechanic. Not mechanic, but you know what I mean. My friend said if I tried to do it, or I tried to get other people besides him or his brother to do it, then he would not tune it any further, because there is always the possibility that we mess something up putting it back together and something breaks, and while we're tuning it or shortly after we tune it, and I try to blame him. So of course I wouldn't. I would not blame him for that. I didn't blame him for blowing out the head gasket either, even though he was the one driving it when it happened. But I don't blame him for it. So I would not do that. But he still doesn't want to feel responsible or held liable. So yes, it's going to happen very soon. June 8th, I'm supposed to drive the car up there, and he'll do it. So a few weeks away. But yeah, so actually in the passenger seat, which is a very rare occurrence for me. Just sipping my favorite beverage, Bud Light Lime. Call it lame, I don't really care. It tastes very good, and it's beer. You really can't go wrong with a nice cold beer. So anyway, June 8th, that weekend should be fixed, and I should be able to let her loose. Won't be ready to go to the track. I guess my seat harnesses are expired. So until I get new harnesses, I can't take it to the track. They won't let you run if you have expired harnesses. I think it's a safety thing. So that won't happen for a while. And also, I don't want to run to the track, on the track, until I have lighter wheels and drag slicks for the front. Because my 18-inch wheels are pretty dang heavy. I think they're 23 pounds a piece, just the wheel. That's not with a tire on it. And the fact that it's a taller wheel is slowing me down. It's messing with my gear ratio because it's taller, and it's taking longer for the whole wheel to rotate than if I had a smaller wheel. So it's not track ready yet, and it probably won't be for 2 to 3 months. But I want to at least be able to mess around on the streets. Do some highway pulls or something. I don't know. Wherever Mexico allows. So I'm going to be going with the ZZP MLS gaskets, head gaskets. They are rated for turbo cars, so there should be no problem holding my 11 pounds of boost on the supercharger. And the only reason it's 11 pounds is because I'm cammed, so it's lowering my boost. And I'm on a 2.8 pulley, so if it was on a stock cam, it'd probably be like 16 pounds, maybe, on a 2.8. I think it varies from car to car, depending on the setup, but 11 psi. It was on 10 psi last year until I added the North Star throttle body and the LQ4 mass airflow sensor, and then it peaked at 11 psi. And also another thing I was going to touch on, I'm very limiting the driving on this car because it does smoke out the exhaust. Not a lot. It's kind of hard to see. even in the sunlight, it's kind of hard to see. It's very faint white smoke, but I know it's burning coolant because it's got that specific smell. It's not burning oil. And I know it's not burning oil because, one, it doesn't smell like oil. Two, my oil level never goes down. So, and when I pull the dipstick out while it's running, there's no smoke coming out. So, no, I know my piston rings are good. I know my valve seals are good because it's not leaking or it's not burning oil. So valve seals are good, and they should be considering they're Viton valve seals. Those usually don't fail. So, and I just had those installed last year. So, also, the coolant level seems to be slowly going down. I have no leaks on the car. It doesn't leak any fluid at all. So, the fact that I'm slowly losing coolant and it smokes out the exhaust after it's run for a while tells me it's coolant. So kind of limited the driving on this. So I got the Focus. I'm going to reserve the Grand Prix for special occasions. I've only got a few more weeks. I'm sure I can ride it out until then. It's got to make a 2.5 hour trip to my buddy's house so he can fix it. So if the head gasket for some reason blows out before then, it's gonna need a trailer. Hoping it doesn't come to that, because it's hard to find somebody who's willing to get a trailer to come and pull your car 2.5 hours. I have done it once. He's a very good friend for doing that. So, but it'd be a lot easier if I could just drive it up there, have it fixed in a day and a half, and then drive it back down before Monday. So, hopefully that all goes through. Alright, so, yeah, we're in here. I'm just gonna show you guys. This is my favorite detailer. Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Detailer. Like 14 bucks a bottle, I think. Kind of expensive, but honestly, I think it does an amazing job. It's kind of hard to see in the low light, but there are like streaks left over from when I washed the car earlier. So like if you ever dry a car with a towel, sometimes it'll leave like water streaks. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see them, especially in the low light. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray this on here. I'm gonna take my microfiber, orange microfiber, and head and wipe it. And you know, you always want to make sure you don't use too much, because you use too much and it's going to smear as well. And there's really no reason to overuse product. That looks amazing. I don't know if you guys can tell, but honestly, it leaves such a nice reflection. Cleans it up really nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to that, and I also am probably gonna order that center cap today, because there's a car show next week and I don't want to be seen missing a center cap on my wheel. Not too good for style points. So, yep, I'm gonna get to this and I'll see you all later.